I'm going to ask Chairman Jasperse if he'll open us with prayer, please.
Let's all pray together. Heavenly Father, thank you for another day. Thank you for another valuable day that we work together for Georgia and each other and cooperate and for the people of our state. Please keep us healthy. Thank you for the testing that's kept us healthy, and look after our families who are looking forward to seeing us this weekend. And we ask us to do your work in your name. Amen.
Oh, for those of you who haven't heard, let's say you haven't had your test today. You got 3. You got today, you got Monday, and you got to be tested again on Wednesday. On Wednesday. I found that out this morning. Really made my day. So don't forget to get tested today, Monday, and Wednesday. Because we're going to be gone Thursday. They didn't want to miss out on the fun. Okay. Now, before we get started and inviting some of our favorite people in from across the hall, yesterday, since it was a committee day, we let discussion go on a little long, even to the point of some of the bills that were discussed and had so many questions that it almost went on ad nauseum. It's going to be a lot different today. Maybe 1 or 2 questions. The time for debate is in committee, and the time for debate is on the House floor, not in here. Okay. I'm on, since I picked on him a lot in the last 2 or 3, 4 days, is Senator Strickland out there? Morning, Senator.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. How are you?
I understand you got a couple of bills, 105 and 107, but the most important thing is you let some House bills out yesterday.
Yes, sir. I'm still a little hungover from it. We had a 5-hour committee hearing. We heard 13 bills. I got 13 bills out. Some were a little close, but they all made it out.
You know, why 5 hours? If you got 13 House bills, it shouldn't take over about 20 or 30 minutes.
Well, some of them are a little more complicated, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, okay.
I had to fight for you a little bit on a few of those that weren't quite as easy.
Oh, okay. Well, present 105 and then 107.
Yes, sir. Senate Bill 105 is a probation reform bill that goes back and streamlines the process to make sure those that currently under Georgia law qualify to have their probation terminated based on good behavior can actually get that terminated. It'll help tens of thousands of Georgians and also save us tens of millions of dollars we can divert towards those who actually need attention in our criminal justice system.
Okay. Anyone have a question for the Senator on 105? Okay. Seeing none. 107.
Senate Bill 107 helps students transitioning our foster care system, provides a pathway to give them free tuition, and also to cover their expenses associated with going to technical schools in our state.
Okay. Well, I see no questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is Mr. Dixon out there? Senator Dixon will join us again on Senate Bill 49. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. Bringing Senate Bill 49 back in front of you today. I appreciate y'all hearing it. It's part of the governor's initiative this session and went back to Ag, and I believe we've addressed most of the concerns and would be happy to go further in detail on the bill or answer any questions at this time.
Okay, got one. Chairman Fleming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator, I appreciate you mentioning addressing some of the concerns. Can you tell me what the concerns that you addressed and how you addressed them?
Yes, sir. There were just some concerns with the fees and wanting some more explanation on the as far as the process and the county's role with this legislation.
So, and what were those, and how did you address them?
It was myself and the governor's office had met with some of the committee members, and then in the Ag committee just went in further in detail in the bill and answer some questions in that committee.
Well, Senator, just one more time, what I'm trying to get you to tell me is what you changed and what it does.
There's no changes, just went through and explained the bill in greater detail.
Okay.
Okay, that's the only question I see. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, is Senator Mullis there yet? Okay, he's not there. Is Senator Brass? I think they're in a caucus meeting or something. But you know, if they don't come present their bills, they don't get out. So, I know Senator Harbison's out there. Let's bring Senator Harbison in, please. He has two bills, Senate Bill 225 and Senate Bill 237. Morning, Senator.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I'm glad to be here with you this morning on this great day in America.
Okay, now.
Bringing forth these great bills.
I understand. When I first saw those two bills, it was an automatic no. Now, I'm just let me finish. It was an automatic no because I was under the impression that we were creating 2 new car tags.
Yes.
And we've got 250 now. And we don't need any more car tags. But these are modifications to car tags legislation that have already been passed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and do Senate Bill 225, please, sir.
Yes, sir. 225, this legislation creates a special veteran's license plate for an individual who served in the armed forces as an ally of the United States during active military combat, who was discharged or separated, and is specifically trying to cure a situation that occurred when we passed the Korean bill last year, and this used the term ally because there's not enough naturalized citizens here in America to collect those tags who were combat veterans during Korea and who fought with us in Vietnam. So this is an effort to cure that.
Okay, so if they fought alongside America and they came over here and became a naturalized citizen,
Yes,
they would
sir.
allow them to get their tag.
Yes, sir, exactly.
Okay, I got a question, Mr. Williamson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator, I like your bill. Just out of curiosity, does the Department of Defense or the Pentagon or anybody have a list of who they qualify as their allies?
Yes, it should be in the bill. If it's not, they should use that DD 214. The Veterans Department will provide them with a DD 214, and it should have on there their military records, and it should be vetted through their consulate general's office. And once they do that, then we know whether they're qualified or they're not qualified. But they got to have that paper.
Thanks, Senator. It's a great bill.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, well, let's see, 237.
Yes, sir. This is a bill that was brought to me by my good friend and the late Mayor Porterchef, who was enthusiastic and gung-ho about getting it out. And we passed the bill, but we neglected to add the aspect or the component for the revenue sharing part of it. All this bill does is to make it eligible when you sell those tags, and when you get those tags, they would be sharing with the Ranger organization there that's listed. I believe it's the National Ranger Memorial Foundation Incorporated. That's how it's set up to be received.
Okay. I see no questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your
Have a good day.
consideration. Yes, thank you.
Are there any senators out there? Okay. Well, I'd rather listen to a House member present their bill anyway. Speaker Pro Tem, would you do Senate Bill 59?
Yes, sir. If the chairman will indulge, is it okay if the other Jones of the Jones caucus, Representative Todd Jones, presents.
Oh, is he, okay, I'm sorry. I should have read my note better.
That's right.
Okay, Representative, go ahead. That's Senate Bill 59.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Stand before the committee to provide to you information on Senate Bill 59. It is basically addressing several matters regarding local charter systems. That's where the focus is today. Section 1 speaks to the funding of the local charter schools, and then I will point you towards Section 3, which is basically determining around health benefits. Right now, there is a little bit of a flaw in the code where they have a one-time chance to go into the public health system. This would give them an annual chance to be able to do that. And then after that, in section, pardon me, and then in section 5, this was just discussing around how it is that facilities can be used by the charter, of the local school systems of the charter system.
Anyone have a question? Okay, seeing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any senators out there now? Okay, so Senator Brass, Senator Miller, Senator Mullis. Okay, well, okay, Chairman Jasperse will present for Senator Mullis, Senate Bill 42.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad to do this. We substituted into this bill in committee education the other day, deleted a little bit of Senator Mullis's language on discipline, and made sure that we kept in the part of his bill that prominently displayed discipline reporting on the school website. But what we also did was took the Dexter-Mosley Act, which y'all have heard plenty of, from Chairman Carson and the two ladies, Ms. Kernovich and Ms. Mosley, who've been out in the hall talking to you about that. So we hopefully can, the Senator was okay with that change, and we're like to see this move along and be on the floor very soon. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? All right, seeing none, thank you, sir. Okay, is anyone going to present Senator Brass's? Okay, Whip Kelley will do 236.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll take a stab at it. Senator Brass, as you remember, tried to present this to us yesterday. Got confused about which bill he was here to present, but he tried to present this to us yesterday, Mr. Chairman, before he talked about his learning pods. This is a provision that will allow curbside pickup at restaurants to allow individuals to take home mixed distilled spirits with non-alcoholic liquids, allow them to be taken home. There's several provisions in here that would put restrictions on how that has to be transported. If they're transported in a car, the customer should have to place the mixed drink in a locked glove compartment, a locked trunk, or an area behind the last upright seat of a motor vehicle that is not equipped with a truck, just to make sure that individuals aren't having access to those as they're going down the road, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Chairman Hawkins.
Mr. Webb, isn't it true that this bill limits that to 2 3-ounce drinks per order, and is strongly supported by the Georgia Restaurant Association?
I appreciate that question from our friend from Gainesville. It does make a provision that it cannot contain more than 3 ounces of distilled spirits. You're exactly right.
Okay, well, I see no more questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
See how much better it is to have a House member present? All right, Speaker Pro Tem is going to do 117, Senator Miller's bill.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to mention a couple words about Senate Bill 117. It's designed to protect young people from inappropriate sexual contact by a person of trust in the first or second degree.
Okay. Any questions? All right, seeing none, thank you. Okay, we have a rules substitute for Senate Bill 220. I'm going to call on Mr. Leader if he'll present that. Senate Bill 220, and the LC number is 490551S.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Colleagues, in the wisdom of the Senate, they decided they would take the language that Representative Yerter passed, 169-2 in the House, that dealt with financial literacy and asking that to be taught in our public schools, of course, in that. And they decided to replace that language, so we think that language is awfully important, and basically this will ask the State Board of Education to prepare curriculum that will teach personal financial literacy to our students, dealing with certainly the broad array of how folks have to operate in this world as young people and adults and manage their own financial business, opening bank accounts, just the basics, managing money, other everyday skills that we as adults take for granted many times, and certainly it's something that we need to make sure our young people are well versed in. That's what the sub would do. Mr. Chairman, would appreciate the support.
Okay, we voted on this on the House floor, so it should be on everybody's radar. All right, I don't see any questions. Thank you, sir. All right, well, let's see. Now it's time to vote on that substitute for 220. It's LC 490551S. Do I hear a move? Move. It's on. Okay, it passes. Let's see. Now I guess we need to go. We got a couple of amendments that we need to take a look at. Now these will be Committee on Rules amendments. They're not sponsored by any one individual, but they're Committee on Rules. So we'll do the First Amendment, and these will be voted on separate on the House floor today, since they relate to Senate Bill 202. The first one is AM 1868, 281868. Chairman Fleming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen of the Rules Committee, these two amendments, as the chairman mentioned, go to Senate Bill 202, which will be on the floor on today's calendar. I would describe one of them as a purely technical amendment, and the other one is very close to it, and I'll explain what the first one does, 1868. In the bill, there are requirements for counties to post certain elections information on their websites. ACCG requested to us that some small counties still don't have websites that they can utilize. All this does is say if you don't have a website, you post it in a prominent place at the courthouse or other government buildings, just like we do in many other areas of the law, and that's all this amendment does.
Okay, see any questions from anyone? Seeing none? Okay, I hear a move on 281868. Got a move. Second, it's on. It's on the floor today. All right, the next amendment is 281870. 281870, also relating to Senate Bill 202.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment deals with also a very minor issue, but one I think will be easy to understand. It deals with the printing of the precinct name on the absentee ballot. When you go in to vote in person now and you print your ballot, at the top of the ballot will be named the precinct number and name where you vote. For example, in my area, there's the United Methodist Church is one of the precincts. It would be at the top of the ballot as well as the number that identifies it. That's already when you go in to vote. One place that it is not on is the absentee ballot. On the absentee ballot, you do find the number of the precinct, whether it's 002, but you don't have the name. All this amendment in front of you does is say that the absentee ballot will have the name of the precinct, just like it does when you go vote in person. That's all it does, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Anyone have a question for Mr. Wilkerson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When you say the name and designation of the precinct, So would it be like if it's Bernie 01 and then the name of the church, or are you just saying the actual precinct name?
Sometimes they're the same. The example I just gave you is United Methodist Church is one of the precincts in my county. So there's a number that identifies that. Let's just say 002 is the number for that precinct. The absentee ballot already has on it when you voted 002. This would simply place United Methodist Church next to that number, and that's the way it already is when you go vote in person. Does that answer your question, Representative?
Actually, one additional question. So what happens if the polling location changes at the last minute? Like we've had that because of an emergency. So it moves from a middle school to a church. Which name, does it matter if the name is not correct?
The name on the ballot then will be the name of the new precinct. Now, if the absentee ballot were sent out beforehand, but it would say something different, but no, it would not matter.
And last question, is there any penalty for it if it does not match?
If a county does not follow state law, they can be fined by the State Board of Elections through a hearing process, which is already in place and has been going on for decades. So yes, there could potentially be a county. My suspicion is the way this would work, the first thing they would ask if there was a complaint filed is, why didn't you do it? And if there was a good reason, they would probably instruct them to correct it the next time. If it was intentional that they do it, they could levy a fine. That would be my suspicion of how it would be handled.
Okay, Mr. Williamson.
Chairman Fleming, thank you
Yes.
for your work on this bill, but I need a little point of clarity on this issue as well. For example, I vote in South Monroe Precinct. That name doesn't change, but occasionally the voting location does. Currently, we're voting at the First Baptist Church. Just following up on Representative Wilkerson's question, will it say South Monroe Precinct at the Baptist Church, or will it just say South Monroe?
Tell me what your Board of Election names that precinct.
It's
that,
South Monroe Precinct.
That's what will be on the ballot.
Okay.
The name of the precinct.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, Leader Beverly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just to follow up with the whip's point, any event that the precinct name is different, you get absentee ballot, the precinct changes, precinct name is different than what the person anticipates it becoming by the time they vote. Will that person be disqualified because at this particular point, that precinct, you won't have a provisional opportunity because you're in a specific precinct, but the precinct changed? How do you anticipate a name change or precinct change affecting that potential vote?
No effect.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
that looks like all the questions. Okay, so we have Committee on Rules Amendment 281870. Do I hear a move? It's on. It'll be on the House floor today for a separate vote as it relates to Senate Bill 202. I understand Mr. Mullis is outside. Would you bring the gentleman in, please? Well, I use that term loosely, so yeah. Hello, Senator.
Hello, my friend, and all my friends. Hey, thank you to Rick Jasperse for taking care of me today, and I apologize I was late. I was fighting for House bills over in the Senate.
You were in a caucus meeting.
I was, you know. But I was talking about good House bills.
Oh, okay, you was talking about...
We were going over House bills.
Okay.
Hey, I want to thank you for your congeniality this year, and anything I can help with in the last waning days of the session, please call on me. I'd be delighted to see if I could be of service. Anything I can do for you?
Yeah, yes, we.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I see the conspiracy back
well,
there.
I did, Mr. Chairman. Are we going to have breakfast tomorrow morning at Rules?
We're going to have our meeting Friday about 10 or 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, it's brunch.
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 What do you want, Mary Mac's afterwards or something? Or
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Collard greens, fried chicken, stuff like that. Or we can have varsity hot dogs, whatever.
Okay, that's enough of this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, no, hold on one second. Mr. Chairman Hatchett.
Your Excellency.
Yes, sir.
Will there be another Senate Rules meeting after the one tomorrow?
I would say there's a good chance that could happen.
And that may be Monday?
I can't speculate because you know how this place just consumes you, and I just don't know yet. Now, if I was a fortune teller, I could speculate that probably Monday sometime.
I thought you were a fortune teller.
Only what I learned from you, my friend.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let me know how I can be of service later.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I guess it's time to set the calendar for Monday, day 39. Monday, day 39. Okay. We already know, I just want to give you an update. We already know that Senate Amendment, or Committee on Rules, Amendment 281868 will be on the floor today. We already know Committee on Rules Amendment 281870 will be on the floor today. All right, so let's take a look at let's just go down this thing. Senate Bill 100, I hear a move. Move in a second, it's on. That's under modified open, okay. Modified structured. Senate Bill 59, I hear a move. Move, I hear a second.
Second.
All right, it's on. Senate Bill 78, I hear a move. You got a move and a second, all in favor? Nope, it's on. We're good, don't want to keep it consistent. Okay, Senate Bill 105, Mr. Strickland, I hear a move. Got a move and a second, it's on. Senate Bill 117, do I hear a move? Got a move and a second, it's on. Senate Bill 156, do I hear a move? All right, it's on. Continuing on the second page, Senate Bill 198, still under modified structure. Do I hear a move? Got a move and a second, it's on. Senate Bill 220, the substitute that was passed out, 490551S. Do I hear a move? Okay, Senate Bill 220, substitute, it's on. Senate Bill 225, do I hear a move? Got a move and a second, it's on. Senate Bill 236, do I hear a move? Got a move and a second, it's on. Senate Bill 260, do I hear a move? Got a move and a second, it's on. Let me run through those one more time. Senate Bill 100, Senate Bill 59, Senate Bill 78, Senate Bill 105, Senate Bill 117, Senate Bill 156, Senate Bill 198, and rule substitute for Senate Bill 220, Senate Bill 225, Senate Bill 236, Senate Bill 260. That is the calendar for Monday. A motion from Chairman Hatchett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Move that pursuant to House Rule 33.3, debate be limited to no longer than 1 hour on all bills and all calendars for Monday. Time to be allocated at the discretion of the Speaker.
Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Would you raise your right hand for a no? It's in force. So we have 1 hour time limit at the Speaker's discretion. So just a reminder, we do have those two amendments that'll be on the floor today. They'll be voted on separate prior to the voting of 202. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see what happens next.
You clarified.